been a pretty big sporting weekend. The hockey team that I play for moved off the bottom spot in the league by securing a 4-1 win over a team just above us. By a fine margin, the England rugby team just beat France in their first game of the Six Nations. It's been the Superbowl, regarding which there seems to have been as much speculation as to how political half-time performer Lady Gaga would be, as to who would walk away with the trophy. The GB tennis team won their Davis Cup tie in a slightly unusual fashion, when one of their opponents was disqualified for hitting a tennis ball into the umpire's eye. And lastly, making the front page of the BBC News website, Prince Harry beat the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge in a royal running race. It's not just us modern people that love sporting events. People have loved sport for thousands of years. I've been looking at 1 Corinthians with a first-year group, and we've noted that Paul was in Corinth when there was a major Roman sporting event called the Isthmian Games. And it's probably these games that inspired Paul's words in 1 Corinthians 9. Do you not know that in a race the runners all compete, but only one receives the prize? Run in such a way that you may win it. Athletes exercise self-control in all things, and they do it to receive a perishable garland, but we an imperishable one. So I do not run aimlessly, nor do I box as though beating the air, but I punish my body and enslave it, so that after proclaiming to others, I myself should not be disqualified. This perishable wreath that Paul writes about was probably the crown that victors in the Isthmian Games won. Kemper and Rosner suggest that this was made of withered celery. This has provoked a scholar called Richard Hayes to write the following. If these athletes push themselves to the limit in training to win that pathetic crown of withered vegetables, how much more should we maintain self-discipline for the sake of an imperishable crown? But what is this imperishable crown that Paul is referring to? We see the answer in 1 Corinthians 15, where Paul again contrasts that which is imperishable with that which is not. He writes, "Listen, I'll tell you a mystery. We will not all die, but we will all be changed. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet. For the trumpet will sound, and the dead will be raised imperishable, and we will be changed. For this perishable body must put on imperishability, and this mortal body must put on immortality. When this perishable body puts on imperishability and this mortal body puts on immortality, then the saying that is written will be fulfilled. Death has been swallowed up in victory." So next time we're watching some major sporting event and reflecting on how many hours of training the men and women involved have put in to attain that level, let's reflect on these words of Paul. Are we running to receive a prize that is perishable or one that is imperishable?